It's the co-meet, and talk about an absolute banger. Like, you know for sure that maybe these two dudes will never be a champ in the UFC, but in a co-meet event slot, Max Payne Griffin and Tim the Dirty Bird Means are going to come and absolutely throw down. Like, neither of these guys will ever shy away from a fist fight, and you know that this thing is going to be just rock'em sock'em robots from start to finish for however long this fight extends. And I love the matchmaking in this contest because two guys who both put together a nice little win streak, right? It was three straight for Max Payne Griffin. He absolutely smoked Ramiz Brahimaj. Like, the dude's ear was essentially falling off, and then he one punch stiffened Song Kanan. We haven't heard from Song Kanan basically since that moment, and also picked up a nice levels test win over Carlos Condit, which, if you can take out Carlos Condit, like, it doesn't matter how old the guy is, like, that's an impressive win against a very talented guy. And after that three straight, he ran into Neil Magny, but if we remember, that fight was very close, and I remember because I might have had a couple units on Neil Magny and wasn't feeling uber confident heading into the judge's decision, but nonetheless, Neil was able to escape with a split decision, but it's very possible that you could have given that fight to Max Payne Griffin as well. So it's 3 of 4, and his losses before that was against two tough Alexes, right? Oliveira and Morono. So you know Max Payne Griffin at this point is at his career is definitely seeming to like come into his own and recognize his full potential. And it's another great levels test, much like Carlos Condit was in Tim Means, who, just like his opponent Griffin, had rifled off three straight. Loreno Staropoli absolutely smoked Mike Perry, and then the easy work unanimous victory over Nicholas Dalby, who is always a tough levels test for sure. And his one loss was to Kevin Holland, right? He got absolutely smoked, got submitted with that beautiful Darce choke in the second round, and it was, I guess, just too much for Tim Means at this point of his career. But is Max Payne Griffin on that same level as Kevin Holland? And if so, is he going to make light work of the Dirty Bird? Or is Max Payne Griffin not ready for the absolute levels test that Tim Means will bring? Who are you taking?
Definitely a levels test, that is for sure. Dirty Bird, he's also got the the height advantage, reach advantage, all that good stuff, but he does not have the age advantage. I kind of see. Honestly, this should be a pick 'em. Surprised that Griffin is almost a 2-1 favorite. But I'm gonna pick Max Griffin. I think he's just I don't know. I think he'll actually get the finish also. I just didn't like the way Tim's last fight went, and with him being this old, I just don't see him getting this done. I think Max will be too strong, too fast, all the above. The only thing I worry about is, can Means outlast Max? That's what I don't know. So this is gonna be a close fight in my opinion, but I'm gonna lean on Max on this one.
Yeah, and Tim Means we know is a very traditionally durable guy. Like, he can extend contests and essentially out tough a lot of guys in the UFC. And if you look over at Tapology, 74% is rolling with Max Payne. Majority of it is beige. They think that the decision is most likely. 26% is rolling with the Dirty Bird. And I don't know. I mean, you touched on the age a little bit. Means, yes, is 38 years old, but Max Griffin's 36, right? So he's kind of up there as well. I guess it does seem like maybe Griffin is closer to his peak than Tim Means is, but at this point of their careers, I think Tim Means might still have enough to take out Max Griffin. But if you're going to go with Tim Means, or if you're going to go with Max Griffin, do you think he gets a light work finish in this?
Um, I don't know. I think this is going to be a war. This might be a fight of the night. I could see a late third round finish maybe. I don't see it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be an early finish for either guy. I think it's going to be a long night for both of them. Decision or KO later in the round.
Yeah, very possible. So worth inspection if you're getting decent juice for the over 1.5, or maybe even super solid plus money at over 2.5, because maybe this thing does go the distance for sure. In this one, I'm gonna roll with you, Meat. I think Max Payne Griffin does get this one done. It wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world, in my opinion, if Tim Means gets this done, but I guess Griffin, he does just look like he's kind of turned a corner, and this is a guy who, it seems like the mental game is really coming together now for Max Payne Griffin. Like, it almost seemed like there was some sort of barrier, like Uriah Hall style situation going on previously for Max Payne Griffin, but throughout these last few years, it seems like he's turned a corner, not only like skill set wise, but like mentally as well. So I think he's going to have what it takes to win a gritty fight against an always tough guy like the Dirty Bird. And I actually like him to get a late finish, or again, maybe this thing goes the distance as well. So I definitely like this thing going into the later rounds for sure, and hope that it does, because in a co-meet slot, these guys are definitely delivering, right?
Oh, wait, 100%. I think this is going to be an absolute banger of a fight. I'm super excited. It's not going to surprise me on whoever wins. That's how I kind of see it. But throw in the comments what you guys think. Are you guys taking the Dirty Bird or Mr. Payne?